Hello everyone and welcome back to Mentos Plays Our Darker Purpose. We are here for episode 23, and I spent a lot of yesterday playing around trying to do as best I could at unlocking some new stuff, as well as practicing to hopefully do a bit better when it comes time to do a run on camera, which it is now. I unlocked an extra class period by getting one of the achievements. I believe that was beating Regan without using a juice box, or more specifically having full juice boxes when you beat her. So you know, even if you didn't use one but you had 4 out of 5, it wouldn't work. But yeah, I got that done, which is obviously a good thing. I was considering using the vanishing perk because that gives you, a guaranteed way to dodge things. But I kind of like the controllability of the roll, so I'm kind of hesitant to go with that one. So instead I'm going to stick with criticism that I was using in my off-camera practice yesterday, as well as going with whisper, so we have a higher crit chance when we're closer to enemies. Which of course later on in the game, especially if we can get a hold of some double or triple shot type stuff, we will be able to get up close to enemies and have a very, very high chance of critting them. So that's the plan for right now. I did accidentally beat the game yesterday. I was kind of taken by surprise by the amount of survivability I still had when I got into Chapter 4 on a practice run. But yeah, I was kind of taken by surprise by the amount of survivability I had, and the way Chapter 4 works, which I won't go into in specifics, but 15 life and 50% more likely to drop juice boxes, sure. But yeah, I won't go into exact details, but I did end up having a very, very successful run, and Chapter 4 was a little bit different than I expected. So, all in all, I am a little bit better off practice-wise than I was before. Let us head in here. We're going to fight the obsolete operator, which should not be a problem having every hit be a crit. I did just take some stupid damage there. He might be done before he has a second cycle. Yep. So we did take a little tiny bit of damage, but nothing concerning. We're going to go to the sensitive floor here, which, given our always critting, is probably going to mean everything pretty much is going to die in one hit. We do have a juice box laying there for backup for us. Of course, it also means I need to be more careful about damage, because it will destroy my fragile glassware quicker than a normal floor would. Let's hide out behind here when he's going to shoot. Oop. And finish him off. Potato battery. This is something I've been getting a lot more frequently lately, and I like it because this is a very useful item. It makes some fights that are a lot more bullet helly, like the Wound Ward Fortress, much easier to survive. Gold star for some extra crit chance, absolutely. Not gonna pass that one up. Especially once my fragile glassware breaks. It will be nice to have some crit chance still, or some bonus crit chance still, I should say. And let's just keep moving our way around here. We're actually already at the boss, which is the box of nice things. I am kind of tempted to go for the achievement on this guy again, since it shouldn't be that hard, although I did just take some rather stupid damage. There were only 3 alive, I think, when I killed them. Yep. And I did take a rather absurd amount of damage on that fight. Plus 5% attack speed and extra champion per floor chance, absolutely. Let's pop a juice box, and oop. Well, that was unfortunate. That did not go all that well, and we didn't actually get the achievement, and I took damage coming back here. Luckily my plate is still intact, but probably not for much longer. Let's see, we got 2 big underlit and power struggle, absolutely power struggle. extra liters possible, but higher prices at the vending machine. That is a trade-off I am willing to take. That was a well-timed roll. I believe our memory room guy, the archivist, went to the right. Indeed he did, and to the right again. These ones are nice and easy to take care of right now. 10 damage, enemies 50% more likely to drop chalk. Let's go with that one. The permanently increased health with juice box use is pretty good to get early on. But I do like to pump up damage a bit more than I had been, because it has been working out well for me. Where do I need to stand to inspect this? That one gave me a coin. That one gives me some lore. Complete the game on hard mode. I had a feeling that would be one of the achievements. Hard mode, if you're unaware, is something that you unlock access to by beating Chapter 4. It's actually a lesson that you take. I believe it costs 2 slots. Why can't I look at these two things? Oh, there we go. There's one of them. And there's the other. Okay. But yeah, hard mode is something you unlock after beating Chapter 4. It's actually in the form of a lesson that takes 2 slots. And essentially it's going to make all the enemies more difficult in terms of their health, as well as in terms of just overall how things work. Some enemies have different attacks during it from what I understand. So it is definitely a more difficult version of the game to play. And the fact that it comes at the expense of a couple of class periods makes it even more difficult. Okay, the pointy gift, or yeah, sharp pointy gift. Not a bad item to get, but not one that I would necessarily choose. Sock Snake, on the other hand, would definitely enjoy having. Especially since the nerf to its damage that was briefly going on is gone. And that guy is dead. We get the apple experiment. Not something that I am particularly fond of. I mean, it's not a bad item, it's just not one that is all that useful. Let's go see if we can find any more champions. Get our crits in with double shot. If we could hold on to our double shot and our max crit chance until Gone Roll, I would be quite happy, because that can make a huge difference in how quickly that fight goes. I would love to get Broken Mirror, but obviously due to the power struggle it's very expensive. We're gonna skip buying anything on this floor, actually. I could afford the Disquieting Drought, or the, okay, it's this guy, that shouldn't be that hard. Take out his slimes. Sometimes you can actually hit him while he's in a cauldron. I don't know how I've made that happen before, or if it's been fixed since then, but that was a nice little plus when I could do it. And more slimes already. This guy is very easy when you have perma-crit. In fact, I would guess that the second helping could be dead any second now. Oh. And my crit chance is gone. But we have killed the second helping. Still taking some absurd damage. Unfortunately, those slimes getting spawned when they did kind of put me in a bad position where I had to focus off of the shots that were being fired. But regardless, we still get an A, we still move on to the Woundward Fortress, and, you know, things aren't going great, but they aren't going bad for us. We have a decent amount of items. Oop. You know what, for you, I'm just gonna stand right up here. Oh. Stupid mirror. Like, honestly, if I die before Gone Roll at this point, I'm rather disappointed in myself. I don't think in any of my practice runs yesterday I actually lost before defeating Regan. So if I don't get that far, I'm going to be rather disappointed. We get the ship in a bottle, which is a horrible item. Well, not horrible, but its main use in terms of practicality is actually destroying terrain. Not so much the damage it causes, because it's very unpredictable and it tends to not hit very much. But in terms of destroying terrain, I've got that covered already, so there's really not much use for that to me. And I could take it and try to make use of it as an offensive attack, but I think I would actually be better off sticking with the apple experiment right now. Of course, oddly enough, the two use items that I am most fond of are the two passive ones, which is always kind of funny when, you know, it's an item designed to be an active item and the ones that you like most are passive. Let's go up here next. Should be able to get behind this guy and kill him. And this one shouldn't be too hard to take out while he's all alone over here. Oh, I'd already had to use Juice Box. I probably shouldn't have popped that until I knew that I was going to get the most out of it, but it works. We will actually more than fill up our juice boxes on this room. Get rid of that train in the way. Let's pop one more to be safe, get our health back up a bit. And of course, if we play at low health, then we do end up in the position where we're getting extra shots added on, which can get us up to 4 shots at the moment, which is really good, mind you. It's just that playing at low health is very dangerous, especially when you don't have high max health yet. I mean, if I get a couple of the 50 life perks, I could stay at, you know, 25 health. Well, no, like 22 health, and still be able to get the maximum benefit from the sharp pointy gift. But as it stands, to get the 2 extra shots that it gives, I have to stay at like 12 health, which is way too low to feel safe with. So instead, we're just going to focus on what we got going on. +1 chalk, the shallowly drawn coin, so that means that anytime an enemy drops a coin, they will spawn a chalk cloud, which generally isn't going to help too much. Probably the best synergy for that item is getting it so that your chalk clouds heal you, because that means that you can... Oh my god. Stop hitting me. But that means that you can kind of use those coin drops as little spot healing moments. I mean, the chalk doesn't heal you for a lot, but it can save you. 20% attack speed or 15 life, enemies twice as likely to drop tokens. I'll take some attack speed up. That'll be helpful. I have seen myself, just the other day in the comments, I was asked about what my ideal loadout would be when I got to Regan. And I realized that a lot of the stuff that I was looking for, I had been passing up because I was focusing on raising up my life instead of my damage and everything. So I've kind of made efforts to correct that now. Let's use up 2 juice boxes, buy 2. And then we're going to go explore this last room over here. Or these last set of rooms, depending. Oops. I regret my decision. There was nothing of benefit over here. Okay, now we go fight Gunroll, which should go decently well. Especially having the apple experiment will help us out a lot on this fight. And we're just going to come right up here and blast away at this. We actually killed that building very quickly. And that one as well. Oh my god. Well, that went horribly wrong, but things are still going pretty well for us. Oops. Okay, so nothing's gonna spawn anymore. Oh yeah, I forgot that doesn't destroy chalk. Chalk's not counted as a projectile. I am prepared to use a juice box, but I am enjoying having an extra shot added on. Okay. There we go. Oh, come on. Okay, that's time to use a juice box if I ever saw it. And let's keep kiting her around here. Oh god. Oops. This is where it gets kind of a little bit of a back and forth, just rolling out of the way and shooting. Of course, the closer she gets, the more dangerous she is, but also the higher chance of a crit we have. So that's a plus. Oh, I used that too soon. My bad. Regardless, she's dead. And we're on to the next level. Chapter 2, here we come. Power struggle, too small, under lid. We'll go power struggle for the chance of more items. Yep. There we go. Oops. I didn't actually think that he was going to get to me in time to hit me. Do I play it risky or do I play it safe? Let's play it safe. And I'm glad I did. Because that guy did exactly enough damage to kill me pretty much as soon as I walked in the room. But now we're a little bit safer. Oh god. Okay. Yep. Things aren't going well for us here. Oh my god. Just die already. Roly-poly, not the worst thing. Not the best thing either. It's not a game changer. Gonna get the candle for now. That means that we can pick up Nevermore's Inkwell without being afraid of what it's gonna do to our light radius. So if that item pops up, we don't have to be worried about it like normal. Oh god. Ugh. That was real close. This guy is in a pretty well defensible position. Yeah, throw your globe. It's the last globe you're ever gonna try to hit me with. And we'll head off to the right now, where hopefully things will start to go a little bit better for us. Because right now we're in kind of the danger zone. Okay, and dead. Oh god. Just going to go ahead and get rid of the mirrors as quick as possible. The enemies honestly don't concern me as much as the mirrors in this room. And let's go and see what we got down here. That's our boss room. Of course, I do need to remember that while I'm dodging, I have 75% chance to dodge. While I'm rolling, I have 75% chance to dodge, not while I'm dodging, I have 75% chance to dodge. That just doesn't make any sense. Oh god, I got hit by it. Luckily, I have gotten a little bit better at controlling myself while confused. Goblet of Yesterdayers, I would actually rather have the Apple Experiment. I really wish we were getting better items off of these things. Spam attack them, good. That's a good item. Corned beef steak is very good for survivability's sake. It's going to heal us 20% at the end of each floor. And we are probably going to have to use both juice boxes to survive the upcoming boss fight, which is rather unfortunate. Let's see who we're fighting. Oh yes. I am actually going to try to get his achievement. To not use time bubbles. This is probably going to end in my death. Yep. So I kind of took a risk there trying to go for that achievement, and it didn't work out for us, but that's okay. Run wasn't going great anyway. Honestly, I took way too much damage against the Cauldron of Yesterdayers. Lost my crit chance earlier than I should have, and everything kind of spiraled from there. Plus, we just weren't getting that many great items. Potato battery, obviously, I would love to have again, but the chances of me getting 7 more cents on this floor are rather low. Maybe not, because there's going to be 8 on this room. So, I guess I'm wrong. Yep. That was some lucky dodging, to say the least. But yeah, honestly, I would have preferred to get the max crit chance item at near the end of Chapter 2 instead of early on in Chapter 1. Okay, so Cookies of Discipline, instant level up next floor. That's a good item. It's one that you have to kind of be conscientious of. The reason for that is if you level up after a boss and then don't leave the room but just go right down to the next floor, the cookies can actually cost you a perk. Because obviously they start up a level screen of their own when you go down a floor and you miss the boss level screen. So after we fight the boss, I do need to remember to leave the room just in case we run into that situation on the next floor. You don't always level up by the end of the boss on the first floor, but it is definitely something that I don't want to risk. Did take a little bit more damage. Trust Walk Blindfold is one item that I will never pick up for any reason. It is one that I absolutely can't stand using. Let's go with attack speed and vending machine discount. Speaking of which, we will go back to our vending machine now since all we have left is the boss. And that is actually going, and our potato battery is going to be 12 instead of 15, which leaves us with 4 coins instead of 1. Which is, of course, a wonderful, wonderful thing. And then onward we go to fight the operator again, which is not a bad thing. This guy is rather easy. His spawns can sometimes cause a little bit of trouble, but a well-placed shock cloud can usually do him in pretty quickly, or a couple well-placed shock clouds. We do have to deal with his spawns right now, but honestly, if we take a little bit of damage on this guy, I'm not concerned. We drop down to 75, no big deal. Underlit versus power struggle it is. And that's a good passive healing, but I'm going to take 20 damage for now. I don't think that we'll end up getting that other one again, which is unfortunate, but plus 20 damage is really useful. Especially if we can get something like Gonrel's Mallet that does a percentage damage increase, then we're talking about a very, very big increase as time goes on. Anything else in this room? Nope, doesn't seem to be. There's our boss room already. And take this guy out. This stuff, and over here. Okay, there's our champion. Oh. Took a little bit of stupid damage there, but c'est la vie. And let's see. This guy would hopefully give me something decent. The rose, not so good. And it's not the worst item you could ask for, but it's not one that I really want to pick up at a given time. It's more so just one that I'm gonna take if I get it. Oh my god. How did I just take that much damage on this room? Oh my god! Stop it! Oh, that room can either go off without a hitch, or can turn out horribly. I think we all know how that one went. There's an extra juice box, that's a plus. And of course, part of the reason that we died last run was also because I was trying to keep myself lower health for so long. I mean, obviously that wasn't the reason when it actually came down to it in the boss fight, but it certainly didn't help that I was trying to abuse my multi-shots that I was getting for low life. Use knapsack is certainly worth it. We're going to get 3 extra juice boxes from that. I would like to get the dodge chance as well, but it's not as much of a concern. Although I think we only needed 2 more coins to get it, right? I forget how many we had. Nope, we needed 4 more coins and we got 2. So we aren't going to be able to get that one, but not the worst thing again. We got the better of the 2 items for sure. Up here, Frothy should be no problem at all. Fighting Frothy on these early floors is like fighting Monstro and Isaac. It's just kind of like the gimme boss. You might take a little bit of damage, but it's not all that likely. Oh. And there we go. That's what I mean by you might take a little bit of damage, because, you know, things happen sometimes. But it's not all that likely to where he's going to be a problem. Let us take on... Let's shoot him from here. I could use a strategy that I've seen at least Zero Doxy use, which is to run to the back of the room when the fire's spawning, and then run back forward when it's all active, and then just try to kill him and get your damage in before the fire catches up to you over on the other side of the room. It's not a bad idea, but I do feel like a lot of the time I can dodge the fire just fine without that. But it's certainly something that I'm going to consider trying to learn to do consistently. Let us head up here. We're going to try to kill this champion, who is one of the more annoying ones to face, just because that large AoE on her attacks. And we get that dodge chance item that we couldn't buy on last floor, so that's a plus. Oh, excuse me. And let us... Oh, that guy didn't die as quick as I thought he's going to. So obviously we want to find the juice box, see what we can do with that. Anytime you can get perks that give you discounts, the juice boxes become kind of a focus. Plus 15 life, 50% more likely to drop juice boxes, or 20% more move speed. We're going to take the life and juice box drops. Move speed is nice to get, don't get me wrong. If I had the choice, I would always want to get a decent amount of move speed up. But when it comes to move speed or life, life is definitely the one I'd pick. Let's just destroy those so if we have to backtrack, we don't have to deal with them. Of course, these guys could hit the little battery things there. But I think we've got this under control by now. Potato battery, of course, is hugely useful when dealing with guys like this who just shoot little projectiles at you. We do have a room from the bottom of there as well that I didn't notice before. Let us clear out all these slimes. We get one juice box drop already, which is a benefit, of course. We do have 8 juice boxes, so we can be a bit free with them. We have nothing encouraging us to stay low, but 82 isn't low. 82 is something very much viable to survive with long term. And in case we can get the disquieting drought there, as well as the sock snake, which is my main goal of purchase, we can see what we can do. Sudsy's ice tray, not a bad pickup. It's not going to be like, I mean, it's not a game-changing pickup, but it's not a bad one. And we are going to be able to at least get the sock snake, which is the one that I'm more interested in getting. There's our boss room there. I actually thought that room that we hadn't explored up near the top there was the boss room. I guess it was just kind of pure chance that we didn't go in there. Okay. So that vending machine probably won't pay off anything for us, because we are going to focus on getting the sock snake. The extra shot can just be too hugely useful to pass up, honestly. I rolled into him and killed him with my thorns effect. So let's go over here. We're going to pop a juice box on the way, pick up this juice box up here, go buy ourselves a sock snake. And now we have a double shot when we're standing still, and that's going to be hugely beneficial to us. Let's see what boss we're up against. It is Cauldron of Yesterdayers again. Could be worse. My shots from the ice tray were actually what killed that last slime there. Okay, that slime just happened to spawn like in the cauldron, so that was kind of a crappy situation for us, but second helping remains at the bottom here. Let's just wipe him out nice and quickly. And then we can focus on this dude for the remainder of the fight. Did take a little bit of damage. Let's just kill these guys the easy way, why not? They don't do any damage to us on contact, so why not just kill them with the thorns? And dead and on. Moonward Fortress, try again. Take 2. Oh, I kind of forgot that that guy would bust free and I would have to deal with him. Yeesh. That was tight timing on avoiding that globe there. So as long as you stay nice and close above or below those guys, they aren't a threat. Headless Headlamp, I wouldn't mind getting. Unsettling Concoction, of course, wouldn't be bad. Juice boxes are always a plus to pick up. But there's nothing like game changer in there, so if we don't get money on this floor, I'm not concerned. See anything going on? Just a store down here, which takes us to a room with 2 tokens and a trap. And it's easy enough to deal with. This room has chair throwers. can be a little bit annoying to deal with, but not so bad when you've got Whispers active and you've got a double shot. The more crit chance you can get, the better. Honestly, if one of the items I get in this room could just be the fragile glassware, I would be like the happiest man. 100% crit chance would make the fortress the easiest thing in imagination you could imagine. Allison the Pointed. You shall not be pointed very long, Allison. And we get light radius increase, not a bad thing. The bird's not the most useful item. Oh no, that's Bunsen Burner. That's not the, that's not what I was thinking it was. So that's actually going to cause us to occasionally light enemies on fire, which is extremely good for us. And let's go destroy this thing. And let's go over here and really want to destroy that wardrobe because those can cause a lot of problems. And then we just need to kill that chalk dude, but might as well take out the mirror first. I do need to remember I have this use item. The birds aren't a great item, but they're not one of the worst items either. In terms of actual on-use items, they're probably pretty high up there for my desires. As you can see, they do a decent bit of damage, and they do kind of hit a decent amount of area in the direction of the player. But they're also, you know, hard to use purposefully, and not as much damage as something like a broken mirror. But they did do some good work for us there. Oh, still got hit because I couldn't get out of there in time. Let's clear that guy out. There is an extra juice box in here. We're gonna go ahead and pop one of them. And is there anything interesting going on in here? Not really, except for our boss door. Get one more token with 9. Let's go see what we want to do with the vending machine up here before we fight Goneril. We aren't going to have enough for the headlamp. Do I want to buy a juice box and the unsettling concoction? Just the unsettling concoction. Let's just do that. We're going to save the rest of our money going on. So now, of course, the hard thing about the birds when it comes to the Wound Ward Fortress is if we use them when we are near the end of the fight, before we want Goneril summoned though, they're going to cause us some problems, but early on they should be a benefit. Oh my god, I did not expect those to be gone that quick. Oop, walked right through that one. Oh my god, stop it! Chalk clouds, man. The chalk clouds. Oh my god. That got some damage in on this building, so let's... Yep, I was gonna say it should be done any second now. Of course, the problem is if we accidentally summon Goneril with the birds again, having to deal with her while there are still buildings around is actually quite difficult. Okay, now we can focus on the fortress. There comes Goneril. Oops. Kind of didn't dodge very well there. Well, I guess that kind of helped a little bit. Not a very good item for her, honestly. Although once she gets bigger, it might be a different story. Okay, did a couple hits of damage. I'm gonna pop a juice box here. I think I've delayed that longer than I probably should have, but it worked out well for us. The achievement to get Regan with full juice boxes at the end of the fight was kind of insane. Pretty much the only reason I managed to pull it off was the fact that I had an extra life that I actually forgot about, and I had chalk that would heal me when I used it. And between those two things, I was able to just survive long enough to do it. And I had a lot of chalk as well. So that's going to do it for Goneril. And we'll be ready to move on to Chapter 2. We're going to go with the sensitive floor, I believe. For right now, we are at about 41 minutes. Due to that, full Chapter 1 run that ended up dead. We're actually going to call this video here, and then we'll pick up on Chapter 2 on the next video. Thank you guys as always for watching. I hope you enjoyed today's episode despite my bit of a failure earlier. I think this run is going to go much better than that one did, especially if we can get a few more items throughout the next couple floors. Regardless, thank you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you on the next episode. Take care everyone, and have a good one. Later.